Welcome to California Car Company. We're outside of our showroom today and we're going to walk around this 1966 Ford Mustang Coupe. This is a 289. It was originally a C-code car, and the previous owners converted it to a 4-barrel intake and carburetor. It's got a Edelbrock intake and a Holley 600 carburetor on it. The exhaust system on it, when we bought the car, it didn't have the trumpet exhaust panel on it. It had just the pipes running out the back and kind of tucked under the valence panel. So we installed the lower valence panel on it with the trumpet exhaust and ran new mufflers and new pipes on it. We also put the style steel wheels and double red line tires on it. And we've done some detail work to it, sanding, buffing, polishing, cleaning up. Car runs and drives really, really well. The engine and transmission were all rebuilt by the previous owner. That's what we were told. And it was built back to factory specs, so it's, other than the 4-barrel intake, carburetor, and headers, it's stock. It's all just the way it came from the factory. It is the original color. Car's got all new black interior. The seat covers, the trim, door panels, new door handles as well on the outside. Dash pad's been replaced. It has the original instrument cluster in it, but it was refinished. It's got a new headliner in it. Back, the under dash lights work on both sides when you open the door. We put plastic down on the floor just because getting in and out of it with dirty shoes, we didn't want to get the carpet dirty in it. Seat covers are new in the front and in the back. And it's got seat belts in the front and the back too, which is really nice. One thing that's a problem on these early coupe Mustangs that everybody knows about is the rear windows usually have a problem with coming off the tracks on these. So I like to show them rolling up and rolling back down so you can see how well they roll up, and they seal at the top. And also when the doors close, nice and solid, and you can see the gap's nice on the window too. It doesn't have a big wide or a really tight gap, and it doesn't hang at the top whenever you open the door. A lot of times if the gap's off and the windows aren't lined up right, then it'll hang at the top, but this one doesn't do that. Let's walk around, we'll look at the other side too. Original gas cap, get out of the sun. There you go. New door handle on this side too. Door opens and closes nice. There's your new door panel. Seat covers. New carpet too, and all the seat belts match in it too, so they've all got the black buckles on them. Roll this window down and up so you can see how well it works. All the way down, all the way back up. And I should have done the front one on the other side. I'll go back over and do it too, just so you can see it function. All the way down, all the way back up. And I'll show you the gap on this door too and how well it closes. Just like that. Nice and solid. Don't have to slam them, they close nice. Rearview mirror on driver's side only, which the passenger side mirror was an option on these cars. This one only has the one. Let's roll this driver's side window all the way down and all the way back up. And you can see it's not hard for me to do either. I was able to do it with one hand. So there's that. Let me pull a key out of my pocket here and we'll open up the trunk so you can see inside of it. Spare tire, and we don't cheap out. We did buy 5 style steels and 5 double red lines, so they all match. So if you did have a blowout, then you'd have the spare that would match the rest of the car. And if you look underneath there, it's kind of hard to see, but the jack and everything is under the spare tire right there. This is a fitted car cover that goes with the car. All the correct trunk linings. And you can look around the lip on the deck lid. This is a problem area on pretty much any car. You can see there's no rust under there. Make sure I've got the key before I close the door. Don't want to lock that in the trunk, that'd be bad. Seals up tight. These cars also have problems about getting rust bubbles around the lips on the quarters because the water runs out of the channel up here and dumps right there. So they'll rot out right in that area. Let me show you the other side too. See, it's hard to tell. This car is white, but you see all that's nice. There's no rust bubbles, there's no zits or anything like that, because that water will dump right out of here and pour right out that just from the factory. That's the way they were made. Let's go up here and I'll open the hood for you. .289, it's got an engine dress-up kit on it. They put the chrome air cleaner and valve covers and everything on it. It also has a 100 amp alternator on it. It actually has a sticker on the underside of it, so if you wanted to put air conditioning on it or run a stereo system, the 100 amp alternator would pull it with no problems. You can see the tri-Y headers down there, and we just repaired a power steering leak on it. It's got all 4 new lines, and I left it sitting in the showroom floor overnight last night, and the floor was dry. I've been running around here some today, and it's been dry also. It also has a clutch fan on it, as opposed to the standard straight shaft drive fan, which is actually better. It'll help keep it cool again if you decided to put air conditioning on it. Brakes and stuff are new on this car. The lines and stuff, all that was done just before we got it. It does have a overflow tank on the side right here of the radiator, so if it does overheat, it'll siphon out of that tank. It's got a new Napa battery in it. We'll go around here and take the key and we'll crank it up. I'm not going to touch the gas. I'm just going to get in, and I am going to put my foot on the brake just because that's habit for me. All the gauges work in the dash. Just breathe on the key and she comes right to life. Gas gauge, oil pressure, temperature, all that comes right up. And this is an aftermarket radio, but it does have a speaker in the dashboard that's been replaced, and it's got 2 in the back. These are Kenwood speakers with tweeters in them, and the stereo actually works really good. I don't want to let it play for too long, but just for an example. Glove box light, all that works. It does have a glove box in it. All that closes up nice. Visors, these were all replaced too, so this is new, both sides. The rearview mirror is original. It's got some of the delamination happening around the edges of it, but that's just typical. This puppy does run good, sounds good. I'll hold the phone out and give you some revs so you see no smoke. Here we are behind the 66 Mustang. Just want to let you hear the exhaust note on it. See, not loud, but not quiet. It's got a really nice exhaust note to it. It doesn't resonate inside the car. It has a lot of insulation inside of it, so it keeps it quiet inside. So as you're driving, it doesn't, vibrate inside your ears and make you deaf. One thing we do on all of our cars is we check all of the lights, turn signals, brakes, blinkers, headlights, high beams, low beams, to make sure that they're all functional before any car leaves our facility. So we don't want there to be any trouble, turn signals, directionals. We also try to make sure all the lights in the dash work. So your signals, all that stuff gets checked when the headlights come on, wipers. All that stuff, make sure they park back, horn. All that stuff, want to make sure all that works. So yeah, that's just kind of a couple things that we do on all of our cars. We want to make sure that they're as road ready as possible whenever you get them, so that you can just hop in it, drive it, enjoy it, have fun, and enjoy your purchase. So it's a really good car. It runs and drives very nice. The paint is in really nice condition on it. It does have a couple of small blemishes in it here or there, but it's in very nice condition. The body's very straight on it. I'll do one more walk around on it so you can see quarter panels, all that stuff is in really nice. These side louver pieces are original, so they do have some minor crazing in them. The emblems and stuff on it are original too. They're in really good shape. They've been repaint filled, which is nice. Tail lights and stuff are all original on the car too. They're in good shape. Have some minor crazing on them and stuff, but they are in good shape. This side's the same way. This is an original piece, and this is an original emblem also. But you can take a close look at these wheels and tires. Brand new wheels and tires. They are bias plies. They're not radials, so they are correct what the car would have come with in 1966 if you ordered it with the style steels and double red lines. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to contact me if you've got any questions or concerns about this car. Thank you very much. We're here in the 66 Mustang, and we're going to take a quick lap down the road, turn around and come back, just to give you kind of a feel how it runs and drives. I know it's not exactly how it would be if you were driving the car or riding in it, but it at least kind of give you an idea as to how well it rides and what kind of performance you could see out of it. Gotta get out in traffic here. It's rush hour time here in Roswell, so it's a bit of a nightmare. Here we go. Looks like we'll sit in a little bit of traffic. But you can tell we're just sitting here in traffic now in Roswell, and it's just plucking right along. I stopped and put a little bit of gas in it just so that it was full. Well, it's got about half a tank in it, so we'll go for a little cruise down the road and back, and you can see how she performs. Roads are still a little bit damp. We had a rain shower here earlier. Nothing too bad though. Just gets up and goes pretty well. Nice and smooth, easy turns, rides well. Brakes feel good, got a nice firm pedal. I'm gonna turn here at this intersection. Perfect timing. Twisty turny road here. Wet pavement, it's not much to get these little skinny tires spinning, but we're going to behave ourselves. A little bit of wind noise. I've got both windows down because it's pretty muggy and hot here, so a little bit of wind noise is no big deal. I'm gonna take the camera down and show you real quick. Show you all of our gauges and stuff here. Temperature hand sitting right in the middle. Oil pressure. All that looks really good. And the turn signals do cancel in this car. here, so just a good example for you how well it pulls and drives. It does have plenty of pickup to it. That was about 50-55 miles an hour there pretty quickly, so engine pulls great. There's no smoke behind us. Power steering turns really well. No problems there. Here, we'll go back to the shop. And you just saw that we were out, and it's up to operating temperature. It's good and warm. You can see all that. We'll turn it off, and instantly hot start right back up. No problems.